flowers. 5K, a little over 5K is insane to me. And like, hello, welcome to another studio vlog. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ika. I'm an artist with a small art shop called Sunkissed Valleys where I make soft, warm fantasy art. The world of Sunkissed Valleys is seen through the eyes of my mascot called Chica, who is a shy chick that sees the world in childlike wonder. Sunkissed Valleys is set in a fantasy world, almost garden-like, where she can find joy in the mundane and excitement on her little adventures. Here, I document behind the scenes of working on the shop as studio vlogs, and art vlogs when I'm doing other art-related things, like personal art studies and my days as an artist. So if that sounds interesting, I hope you'll stick around as I'd love to have you here. Anyway, I want to place Chica in various fantasy settings for future merch, so in this vlog, I'll be taking you with me as I draw her in various fantasy job aesthetics. If you watched my previous studio vlog, I'd sketched out a little concept of Chica as an herbalist in her apothecary workshop, so I thought of making an aesthetics version of this as a sticker sheet. I've made a few doodles of the things that you might find in her apothecary. Things like flowers, her notebook, things that she collected and she pasted in a notebook, or like a poster of some type, a little envelope with flowers inside, because why not? And I also drew a bunch of things like a librarian or an archivist. So the things that you might find are like, scrolls and a quill, ink and lamp, and a potion maker with like cauldron and like other things that she might have gathered for like potion perfumey stuff. But for today, I'll be making a sticker sheet for Chica's apothecary. So as I'm rearranging the doodles, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of doodling. Essentially, doodling is the act of penning down an idea and concepts with zero pressure of getting it perfect. This is like a no-brainer for an artist, but as time goes on, and having transitioned from drawing traditionally to digital, it made me feel pressured to make perfect art on the get-go. So when I made my first sticker sheet in this video, I approached it head-on with zero concept sketches of how they could possibly turn out. I actually debated on not posting that video at all, because honestly, it wasn't an enjoyable experience for me. But looking back, I'm really glad I did. It was an experience that only I knew how I felt at the time of making it, and I know how to approach it differently now. So this time, I placed the pressure of recording my creative process aside, turned off the camera, and doodled simply for myself. Late at night, I scrolled through Pinterest and sketched out the things I found interesting and that I wanted to include in future projects. So here I am, rearranging the doodles the next day and have a better idea of the details to include. So yeah, I think if you're ever stuck in concept making, I suggest going back to the basics with pen and paper and accepting every pen stroke as it appears. So here are the doodles that I've compiled and rearranged so the composition looks neat and well balanced. I've also added a few more doodles that I didn't manage to include and that I thought was more appropriate to represent the aesthetic of a potion maker. Things like her goggles, more of these like chemist-like things. Added some crystals because it feels like something a potion maker would use in like as her ingredients. As well as the archivist, I added more things to the archivist aesthetic. The things that you might find on their table are like, a teapot, a cup of tea, their glasses, some letters that they might send, and like a set for like wax seals, some other stationery like the stamps, as well as candles if they're like working late at night, and keys, of course, which opens vaults to like safely archive important things. as well as like things that you might find like a map, because I feel like archivists and like librarians tend to like keep world maps and just other important documents like scrolls and stuff. So yeah, these are all the doodles, and I'm going to clean the sketch and line them out for today. So as I clean the sketch, I want to talk a bit about the different types of media that influenced my love for fantasy. During my childhood, I played a role-playing game called MapleStory, set in a fantasy world where you can choose any job roles to take on and develop your skill levels. Back then, these roles that you can be are like mage, warrior, archer, and assassin. I really like the idea of taking on a fantasy role, doing quests and traveling, and basically lived vicariously through them, which, thinking about it now, has stuck with me to this day. I played this game with my older siblings as a child and felt really bonded with them through this game. This to me is a core memory that I've associated with the fantasy world. It was also around this time when Avatar: The Last Airbender was released on Nickelodeon, and my siblings and I would gather in the living room to watch the show together. I think our excitement for this show was so telling that even our parents remember how we'd rush to watch it, but I'll geek about this in another video. Around the same time, the first film of the Narnia trilogy had just been released, and it was the first ever film I'd associate the fantasy genre in movies. On the topic of movies, fantasy animations were at its peak in the 2010s. Disney had always surrounded its films in the fantasy settings, but it was actually DreamWorks that inspired me with its fantasy concepts and animation in general. Back then, the two movies that really moved me was Tangled and How to Train Your Dragon, both of which were released in the same year, so best believe my fixation on fantasy was at an all-time high. Apart from films, the next biggest influence on my fantasy fixation is listening to soundtracks on YouTube from different music composers. I don't know if this is too niche of an experience, but in the early 2010s, production music like Two Steps from Hell and the composer Bernaville were really popular for their high fantasy soundtracks. There's just something about music that is so immersive in the mind, and even to this day, I still listen to soundtracks from films and games to inspire me to draw. Fast forward to 2021, it was during the pandemic that I'd revisited Studio Ghibli and its films. I'd watched Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away as a child with zero idea of what was happening, but it did left a big impression on me and how the world was designed. I could talk forever about how my favorite films were Princess Mononoke, Arrietty, Kiki's Delivery Service, From Up on Poppy Hill, and Whisper of the Heart, but that would take forever, so here's the gist. I really loved the nature aspect depicted in Princess Mononoke and how the world seemed so big and beautiful if you were actually Arrietty's size. It took some time, but these two films combined eventually manifested into what I'd hoped to achieve in my art in sun-kissed valleys. So for this part of the video, I decided to screen record my process because it's been so difficult to get sunlight these days. As we approach the end of the year, we don't really get much sunlight, especially with the monsoon season approaching, so it's just difficult for me to get a good lighting when I'm recording. I hope this works as well. Hey friends, so here is the final sketch, and I've already cleaned up the original sketch and added a few more things like chica, other trinkets that you might find. As I mentioned previously, I decided to change the title from apothecary to herbalist because there's a lot more, like, it's very specific, like she's working with herbs and flowers. Yeah, here is the potioneer aesthetic. Basically, I added a few more like chem related equipment, things like test tubes and potion bottles, her goggles, and last but not least, the archivist aesthetic. So I really like this one because like you get to see all of the little trinkets that you might find, like her stationery, the wax sealing set, as well as keys to her archive vaults. I feel like you would have to keep in a special place, so I thought that the keys would represent that, as well as letters. Sometimes I think like archivists or like librarians tend to send letters to whoever is concerned with like bringing her things to keep, as well as like postal stamps. In this world, I want to like include messenger owls to send letters, but I thought the postal stamps also works because it was a cute detail. And other things that you might find in an archivist space are like scrolls, their journals, and as well as like world maps. In the world of sun-kissed valleys, it's always expanding. One map is always changing. I really like this clock. I think like an archivist always has to keep notice of the time, and you know, she's a very busy person, I feel. I added this glow-in-the-dark crystals as Chica's lamp if she's ever working late at night. Of course, tea to caffeinate herself when she's working. So that's the entire look of these three fantasy jobs. I don't think I'll finish the colors this time in this video because I want to take my time in like figuring out the color scheme off camera, because if y'all are watching me doing the colors, I can't focus basically. So yeah, the colors will be decided in a later video. I hope to record that as well, and hopefully you'll stick around to see how this ends up looking. So yeah, that's it for this sticker sheet draft. Okay, don't mind the pajamas, but look what came in the mail today. For a while now, I've been contemplating on getting a new camera just for vlogging purposes, and after much research and thinking through about it a lot, I've decided on getting the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. So I've seen this camera like a lot for the past year. It was first introduced to me by 𝚘𝚏𝚏𝚒𝚗𝚏 in her equipment vlog, I think, in her equipment studio vlog, as well as 𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚗 when she posted it on her story of getting this camera, and I was just like, I've done so much research on how good it is, and I caved in and bought it during a sale. Here are the accessories that I bought, and I'm gonna place the screen protector first, just in case. I also bought a SD card. Apparently, you can't buy any SD card, and there's like a specific model for this camera, so I bought that as well and placed it inside the camera straight away. So if I place it on my table, this is what it'll look like. Hopefully this will encourage me to record more talking videos and like just talking to you guys in front of the camera. And one of the main reasons I bought this was because of its wide angle lens. I really loved how it appears because like when I'm like recording from my phone, like the front camera isn't as great as the one at the back. So this was like a plus to me. This was like one of the main reasons I decided to buy this camera. And if you were to buy the creator combo, you'd get the DJI Mic 2. Honestly, I feel like, me personally, this is like so worth it. Like if you ever need to like talk in your videos, I feel like it's such a game changer for me as I'm like editing this vlog. Like the sound is so crisp and I just love it. Another reason why I got the camera is because of this accessory. You have to purchase this separately, but I believe it has its uses in the future. This accessory has a magnetic holder and it basically attaches itself to any magnetic poles or like surfaces. So you can place it on any metal or magnetic surface and it holds up the camera for you. I really hope to record more in public with this. Osmo Pocket 3 is so discreet and small, which is perfect for an introvert like me. Of course, what's a camera without a tripod? I bought a DJI and phone holder for a tripod so I can record with my phone and the DJI at the same time. This is like another reason why I decided to get the DJI, because I wanted to record in both long form and short form content at the same time without having to like repeat the process of like recording. So here's how it looks like when it's attached together. Last but not least, the reason I got this camera is because of the very troublesome setup I have to go through each time I transfer my files from my phone to my SSD. Here's me recording in public with the camera, and I really love the quality of it. I'm so very grateful to be able to buy this, and I believe that this is a very good investment for me and just for recording YouTube videos for you guys. I also love how it focuses very fast if like you're in front of the camera and everything else blurs out at the back. Here's how fast the focus is. Okay, oh gosh, this is so weird. I didn't plan a script for this, so I'm so sorry. Hello friends, this is kind of awkward for me because I've never really spoken in front of the camera before, but I'll try my best. So before we end this vlog, I just want to thank you so much for reaching 5K with me. It hasn't been that long of a journey. I feel like I know it's only been a year maybe I'd say maybe it's been like 8-ish months of taking YouTube seriously and just like posting whatever I have of me working on the shop here on YouTube. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching my videos, for staying, and leaving such nice comments. I truly appreciate them. It really means so much to me, more than you know. So yeah, I think when I first started out like posting videos on YouTube, honestly I was just it was mostly just to like keep myself accountable of like working on the shop and like just keep going at it even on days when I don't feel like it. But I know that this shop of mine, Sun-Kissed Valleys, is something that I'm really passionate about, and it's where I found my passion for art again, after having like a really long burnout. I think I'll probably talk about this in another vlog if you're interested. But basically, this journey was just for myself. Making art for Sun-Kissed Valleys was more healing than I thought, and posting videos about it and like behind the scenes about it was just like, why not? It's just something that I want to like look back on in the future. But I didn't think that so many people would be interested in watching these videos. But yeah, I really am grateful for everyone here right now. Okay, let me just see how many subscribers we have right now. Oops, that's for another video. That's for this video. Sorry. Okay, so we have exactly 5,246 people right now, which is insane. That's like slightly more than half of 10K. I know that's crazy, but like, girl, oops. Anyway, let me fix this real quick, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh goodness. This is so weird. Okay. Oh shit, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, whatever ghost is behind me, please go away. Yeah, 5K, a little over 5K is insane to me in like a year. And I haven't been posting like consistently either, so I want to say sorry and thank you at the same time. Yeah, I never thought that I'd get myself an actual camera, because like my phone was fine. Like iPhone is pretty good, honestly. Like the camera is pretty good and you don't have to do much. But I realized that like recording for long and short form at the same time is kind of like difficult for me. And also I don't want to keep all my work stuff on my phone and like have my storage space taken. Oh wait, I need to mention that my phone battery is not good. So that's another reason why I decided to buy a camera. At first, I think I mentioned this in one of my vlogs. I'm not sure which one, but I mentioned that I was debating on getting either a new camera or a new phone, which is the iPhone 16 that came out this year. But after like seeing the phone firsthand, I decided, I feel like there's so much I could do with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and that I wouldn't feel so awkward if I ever record in public. So, or even in my room, because like I think seeing my face so big on the phone screen feels very like personal and feel very up close, and I don't want to see that. Okay, you can see all my pores. Don't look at that. But anyway, I just wanted something small and discreet, and I think the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 was like the perfect fit for me. And also I think because it was a sign from God, because I've seen it so many times in my favorite creators like 𝚘𝚏𝚏𝚒𝚘𝚗, 𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚗, and honestly just everywhere on my TikTok page. So I'm gonna take it as a sign and got it. Okay, also that was a sale on Shopee, so I'm just yapping. I'm so sorry. So here is like the backstory of getting this new camera. I honestly wouldn't have made this decision without your support. And just so you know, I used my savings on this. So YouTube or like whatever, I don't have enough money from YouTube to like buy an actual camera. So just saying, I bought it with my savings. I'm still a new creator, so yeah, I think I'm just so very grateful to be able to have this opportunity to share my journey with you. And honestly, I'm very, very grateful that you are here. And yeah, hopefully you'll stick around to see where this shop leads, or where this part of my life takes me. And hopefully we can, you know, do things together as I make these studio vlogs and just drawing and like yapping. And I hope you'll just play me in the background as you work on your stuff as well. And yeah, honestly, I'm also thankful for my sister's subscribers. If you don't know, this is her channel right here. If you are interested in like coquette and girly outfits, girly fashion, I think you'd be really interested in what she's doing. Also, she has a shop called Rosie Made where she sells coquette inspired jewelry, or like just very cute coquette things and bags. Oh, she's making bags now, so which is awesome. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, go visit her channel. I think it's such a nice safe space for the girlies. Yeah, and I'm just really grateful for her subscribers for supporting her and like just sticking around. And it's only been like what, 3 months, and she's almost at 900. You guys, my sister, I look up to my sister like a lot. So she's not here, that's why I'm saying all this. She's downstairs making spaghetti, so I have to join her soon. And yeah, I really am just grateful for all your support. Like these sisters, the two of us, we're just so delusional in our journey, but we want to share this with you. And I hope you could stick around in the future. So yeah, those are my thoughts and my big thank you to all of you. And that's about it for this vlog. Thank you so much for joining me today and in my every other video. So I don't know how to end this vlog, so bye.